My name is Tim Warfield, and I'm here to talk about my Jazzy Christmas record. It's on the Undaunted music label, and it is in stores near you as well as online. In this particular group, we have, we'll just start with the front line, no particular order. Terrell Stafford, my good friend, an extraordinary trumpet player, and an extraordinary friend. I asked him to do this because we have a sort of kinetic bond musically, as well as in our friendship. He and I started in the 1980s, and once we started to play together, from that very first day, magic. It was like we had been practicing together. So I just said, hey man, give me your number. We actually said it at the same time after the first song we played, which I even remember, Terrell Stafford. It was Autumn Leaves. So after that, we've had a relationship. He's on almost all of my records. And then we have Stefan Harris. He's been very supportive of me in my career, which is interesting coming from a younger person, having them say, hey man, I really believe in what you do. He's always calling me with new ideas and trying to get me to think and rethink about how to present the music and trying to come up with different venues and ideas about how this music can actually get out there. So I'm appreciative of that. Then we have Miss Joanna Pascal. I think I first met her at Ortlieb's. After we played, it was another one of those, hey, we need to get in touch and maybe do something together. And we started to work together. And once she got her gig at Lowe's Hotel, I was in that band for several years, probably about 5 years, actually. She doesn't know this. I don't think I've ever told her this, but I wanted to have experience working with a vocalist. She gave me the opportunity to kind of work that out and think about how to properly compliment a vocalist. You know, she gave me a lot of information about lyric. And then I came up with my own concepts about how can I play through this without getting in her way to where it actually means something. So she was the ideal choice. Then we'll start with the drums, Clarence Penn. When I first got quote unquote discovered with trumpeter Marlon Jordan, this was my second gig. It was at Blues Alley in Washington, D.C. And I had already recorded, I think it was called Learson's Return with Marlon. And Clarence Penn comes up to me randomly and starts to sing a little bit of my solo on this song called Tweet. He goes, man, that was bad, boy. And then I looked at it, I was like, I know this guy. I was like, Clarence Penn. And then he looked at me in the same way, like, man, how do you know me? But I knew his face from all the DB awards, the Downbeat awards. As a youngster, he was winning them all on classical timpani. So he was a logical choice because a lot of this music was orchestrated. We played together quite a bit, but how he hears was really integral textually to how this was going to work. Rodney Whitaker, there's an irony in this too. My very first recording with Marlon Jordan was actually a Christmas record that Sony had put together featuring all of their artists. Rodney was on the record with Terrence Blanchard. Yeah, he had just gotten a gig with Terrence Blanchard. And Rodney's sound was so distinctive, his lines were so different and very attractive harmonically to my ear that I said, you know, one day I'm going to work with this guy. I know that we're going to work together. And then when my first record came out on Criss Cross and his first record came out, they both were doing well around the same time. He just reached out, called me on the phone. We started talking, and we always threatened to play together. And I was like, here's the opportunity right here. So I called Rodney to do it, and I was very happy. And then we have Cyrus Chestnut, of whom I heard I really don't want to say this. I heard him in 1983. I knew immediately that this was a guy I was going to work with. And when I got an opportunity to put a band together for the first time that actually had a budget, I put together Cyrus Chestnut, Clarence Penn, the great Taurus Mateen on the bass, and Terrell Stafford. And from that moment on, it was the beginning of that group, and we did lots of records together. And Jazzy Christmas is a part of that whole legacy.